What's up, folks? It's Dan here. It's been a little while. Haven't really had any recordings, I guess, go up in almost a week. It's been a week. I apologize for that. Um, so we're going to start off, first off, with explaining. This past week was the first nice weather that we've had in New Jersey. Um, and I say nice, I mean like tolerable to be outside in, because it did get real hot for 2 days. But basically, one of the ways that I bring in money is by doing yard work sometimes. And so we hit nice weather finally, like after a very long and unpleasant and drawn out end of winter, that I had like a whole bunch of people all trying to get in touch with me at once for cleaning up their yards and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I was just swamped last week. And even when I was not working, I was so tired from everything I was doing, and plus we had car issues as well, and I was doing work with my parents. It was just, ugh. It was just a thing. It was a thing. It was the thing that was very involved and whatever. But we're back. Hopefully, I'm not sure I'm going to get a video out every day this week because I'm still doing a lot of work. But we're going to start off by going over the Judo tournament that I went to last weekend. And I entered into two different divisions in this tournament. So basically, when you enter into two divisions, what happens is you get your first division is your regular division, like your weight class, your rank level. And then your second division is your up division. It's a division that's technically more difficult for you. Depending on the population of the tournament, organizers either put you in a more advanced division. So like if you're normally in a brown belt division, they'll bump you to a black belt division for your second division. Or if they don't have enough of a population for that, like if they mix brown and black, which they did at this tournament, then they bump you up a weight class typically. So you're going up against people that are anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds heavier than you. Um, should turn off my Steam notifications. So this tournament was a little bit smaller. So my main division, my actual division for my weight class was green to black. I'm a brown belt. And then my up division was just kind of the same thing, green to black, but dudes that were like on average 20 pounds heavier than me, 15 to 20 pounds heavier than me. So it was okay. Not going to spoil anything. I'm okay with my performance. It was okay. We'll go there. So we're going to start off with the first match. This should be the first match right here. And, yeah, so I go against a black belt in this match. Look, there's me. I'm tying my belt back there. So I was, spoiler alert, a little unhappy with this match. This dude was very good. He probably would have beaten me if I hadn't done dumb things anyway, but I'm going to lose this in, like, a very short period of time just because I do dumb things. Right there. Did dumb things. You know, so basically he pins me here and holds me for the time. He got a half point for that throw. But watch, you see how I'm bouncing around and like staring at the ground? Watch what I do here. I'm like hippity hoppity, jump, 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 and that little heel hook there, that was all it took. And this dude was strong, and this dude put right into Kesakatami. He had a very high grip on me up here. So there were a dozen things that I could have done here to do this better. So right here. So notice how he has this foot chasing back here, and he's got this hand over here controlling my, upper body. He's got me bent over real far, and because I'm hopping so much, I'm basically moving to his speed. He's doing exactly what he wants to do, and I'm just kind of reacting. So he's keeping this leg out in order to keep me from attacking it while he has this hand up here. What I should have just done is I should have done something to attack this leg here, and then slipped in and gone right for Uranagi, which is what I've been working a lot lately. Or even like like some sort of back throw or something like that, Ushiro Goshi or something like that. So I should have attacked this leg here, and if I hadn't gotten anything off of it, then immediately slipped, because done something like an Ouchigari to this front leg, which would have been step it back here like this, and then I just could have slipped around the other side and dumped him backwards. But instead, what I'm doing here, see how he slips this leg back now, and it's not because I attacked it, it's because he's setting me up. Okay? He's controlling the flow of the match. He pulled me into this here, and now all this way, you can see where the weight is on this foot, and he's just going to take this foot and slip it in, and whoop, and there it is. So he put me on my butt for that, and the only time I had to get out of this, basically, was when I initially went down, and I didn't. I was not prepared. I did not do the things I needed to do to get out, and now he was just a strong guy. I almost get him off me, and I almost get my head out. You can see I roll over here. But if I don't get the head out here, I don't break the hold. And that's time. So I was really pissed at that match. That was a match I was not happy with because I only lost because I did a lot of dumb things. And it's different from the last match that I lost. It looks pretty similar. It was a quick and easy loss like the last match that I lost like that. But that match was like I was just not in it. This match I was in it and trying, just doing dumb things, which made me angrier. So let's see. I think this is my next match. Yeah. So this next match, that's me, and then I'm going against this guy in the blue here. And this was, in my opinion, a much better match. Oh, there's my sensei over there. That's Master Tobin right over there. Ah, sensei. So, anyway, so this dude, another brown belt. This is a brown belt v brown belt match, and he's real pushy, like real energetic, but not as good at controlling what's going on as the other guy was. And right there, okay, so he got a half point on the stroke because he rotated into it. I lost my balance and didn't get enough pull. So if you look here, I go for the throw with this leg. And I get deep, which is really good, but look at where my hands are. See how this hand's behind me? And this hand doesn't really have much of anything. So what he does here is he just kind of drives in and reverses the throw and just kind of falls on top of me. I didn't finish the rotation. Otherwise, that probably would have been an opponent throw for me if I had gotten the Uchimata the rest of the way in. So here I flip over and I go for a pin. And he's got me in a half guard here, and then he comes up and grapevines the leg. So in Judo rules, if somebody controls your leg with a grapevine like this, it breaks a hold even if you're on top and have them flat on the ground. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get my leg out, and I feed it through, and I get it up, and then he rolls over and goes, and we just basically reverse positions. I come up and I grapevine his leg and hold on, and I think I was a bit stronger than him because I just kind of bear hugged him in here, and he tried to flip me, and he just was not strong enough to disengage the leg or flip me over. So I just kind of held on and let him do his thing until it was time to stand up again. So right now he's got a Wazari, a half point on me. That's what that one over there means. They switched up. It's supposed to be on him. But that's what that one right there means is he's got a half point. So if he gets another okay throw on me to get another half point, he wins. Or if either of us gets a single point, whoever gets the single point wins. Or if either of us pins the other one, whoever pins wins. Right there. So this is another thing that's happening. We're discussing Judo rules. This is a fun match. So we come back in. First of all, look at what he's doing. He's got my sleeve in this hand, and he's holding on the lapel in this hand. Let's see if we can get to a better there. So right there, you can see he's got my sleeve and lapel. So that's a double same-side grip. Current Judo rules, you're not allowed to hold that for an extended period of time. If you switch off and hold the sleeve and lapel on the same side of the body, you have to capitalize on it and do a throw like as soon as you get it. So he's going to hold this for a little while, but then I'm going to do a dumb thing. If you watch here, he's going to come around, and he's going to go for this leg, and I'm going to lift the leg here. So here, I'm actually in a good position here, and I almost get a throw here, but I do a dumb thing. I resort to really old Judo rules. It used to be back in the day, like a long time ago, when I first started doing Judo, you were allowed to do leg grabs, like scoops, like, you know, basically a single double leg takedown from like wrestling or any number of other things, that throws like Sukunage and stuff like that. So right here, I've got my hand on his back, and I'm trying to figure out a way to turn him further into this throw because I've got this leg so nice and high up off the ground. There were a billion different ways I could have done this, but the way that my subconscious mind defaults to is by slipping down and grabbing onto this leg, which is a big no-no. And right there, oh, see, as soon as I grabbed it, I was like, oh no! Oh, too far, too far. So as soon as I grabbed it, I realized what I had done, and I get so mad about it. Oh wait, we're going too far, jumping around too much here. So let's see if we can get back to that spot again. Right here. See my hand there? Is that little blur there? It comes around, and it grabs on, and right now I've got his leg, and I'm holding onto it, and he's got my lapel and my sleeve on the one side, and I realized the second I touched it what I did. And if you watch, I pull my hand right off, like it's a hot pot, and put my hand on his back, and look at see my face, I'm like, oh no, I know what I did. Now, I was freaked out a little bit, because it used to be, if you touched the opponent's leg, it was an automatic disqualification. They changed now. Now it's a penalty. So what you saw there is I got a penalty, and then he got a penalty for the double side grab there. So now he's still up on me because he's got a half point, but we've both got penalties as well. This is a weird match. So now we're both trying to make something happen because we both got penalties, and I get the throw. So that's an opponent. That's a whole point that wins the match. So let's replay that again. Here he comes. So what he's doing, he's actually going for a throw. This is actually a counter. I actually want to see because I don't think I really saw what throw I did. So he's coming in for Okay, so he's coming in for a big Ouchigari, but he lifts his leg up too high. On an Ouchigari, you want to get your hips in. See that gap there? That's a no-no. You want to get your hips in deeper, and you want to get lower on that leg. So because he lifts higher, and because my leg is partially off the ground and I'm already planted on it, I basically do a Kosoto Gari counter on him and drop him on his back right there, which is the opponent. And then he didn't, I don't think he realized it was an opponent, and he kept trying to do stuff, and yeah. So, nice guy. I totally forget his name. I was bad remembering names this tournament. So those are my only 2 matches in my own division. Like I said, it was a small tournament. So the other matches that I have are in the up division. Let's see, is this the first one? No, this is just a dead clip. So I got a bronze medal, 3rd place out of 4 for that division, which I was okay with. Again, I think I did a dumb thing when I lost the black belt. I could have put up more of a fight against the black belt, I think, and I also think I could have beaten the only other guy in the division, the green belt, but because I lost my first match, I didn't get a chance to. So I think I could have gotten silver, but the green belt in the division got the silver instead because he beat the guy that I beat, and he lost to the black belt. I lost to the black belt. I beat one guy. He beat the other guy. So, yeah. So this here is now the up division. This guy, I want to say his name was like Gidrius or Gidris or something like that. This dude was legit. So he's wearing the blue belt here because he's on blue side, and he didn't have a blue gi on, but this dude's a black belt. Probably 15 pounds on me, maybe 20. Significantly bigger than me. He was strong, and he was really good. He also had ears. You ever heard of cauliflower ear? This dude had ears that were like pure cauliflower. You could tell this guy spends like, 4 hours a day on the mat on a regular basis. I'm actually happy with how long I lasted against him, but when I watch the video, I see some flaws. I see a bunch of flaws that I could do. So he's controlling the match really well right here just by keeping his arms out and keeping my distance. If I want to throw a bigger guy like him, I either have to catch him going forward and bring him to me, or I have to get close and kind of suck up the distance and eat him alive. At least that's my best way of beating big guys, is when they do dumb things and walk at me, or when they let me get too close and I can capitalize on my lower center of gravity. So right here we're just walking back and forth and stiff arming, and he's going to Shido me and Shido Gidris because we're not doing anything. Shido is a small penalty, and it's for stalling the match. So here he goes for a drop knee Seyanagi. I slipped that pretty well. And I'm just trying to do something. This dude was so strong, he could just basically put me wherever he wanted to, and that's part of the difficulty of going up in a weight class is just if the people are significantly stronger and heavier, they have a much easier time controlling. Ah! So what I did here, see, he got a Wazari on that. What I could have done here, so if you watch as I come around, right here, see how he's got, basically, I slipped my hand off here, which I shouldn't have lost, and he's got momentum going that way. So I could have done a couple of things here. The first thing is I should have gone with my initial instinct, which was when he's bent over like this, if you can see how he's bent over, I should have slipped in for an Uchimata, which is when you're attacking this leg right in here, basically you slip your hips in. Almost the position I was in, but more forward weighted. So right here as I'm coming in, I'm thinking Uchimata, but I don't get my body turned far enough. And I don't get enough of a pull here. See, he's not off balance. So he's kind of upright, and I'm attacking this leg from the outside, which means he's going to be able to basically, with his position that he's at, plant it down and just force me back over it like here. So basically, it's almost like Kosoto Gari, which is oddly enough the counter that I threw the other guy with. But since I don't land on my back, I kind of land on my side and roll over. It's actually half point, not a full point. Now, right here, he kind of has a pin on, okay? But I've also got, see how I've got my hand up here? I'm not entirely sure, but I believe Gidges was pacing himself here. I think he could have very well pinned me here, but I was his first match of the day, and he was already of the mindset that he was going to be going for Grand Champ as well, because he had entered the Grand Champ division. So what I had here in the way, I was planning on staving him off, was I knew I wasn't going to get out of the pin, so since I had my hand in deep here, I was going to go for a sliding lapel choke, with my hand up in deep there and pull down the lapel and come across his throat. And I actually was under his chin here. And I think I might have been able to get that. He also could have pinned me here, but notice he just goes and stands up. I'm pretty sure that was just a strategic decision on him, saving his gas tank for the rest of the day, because mat work, even if you win, is very, very tiring. And I think he's like, I'm going to stand up and just go for a throw for the win, which is what he did there. So let's watch that throw one more time. So he's going to come around, and I think he's basically just like, okay, I'm just going to throw this guy. And there he goes. And that was basically, yeah, I guess that's kind of like, that I would call that an Osotogari, or maybe a Tai Maki Komi, Osoto Maki Komi. I'm not sure. Whatever. Anyway, good match. Big guy. Good match. I'm not too unhappy with my performance there, even though I lost. And then I've got one more match in here. Is this it? Oh, no, this is Belfie's match. Hi, Belfie. Let's see. This is my last match against this guy. This guy's a green belt, but I don't feel bad at all that spoiler alert, I lost to him. I don't feel bad at all that I lost to him because he's actually pretty damn good for a green belt. I'm also tired at this point. I'm really tired at this point. Going against Gidris was a lot of work, and this has been a long day as it was. Not to make excuses. You know, the sun was in my eyes too, and my shoes were untied. But that was just a really nice throw that he got me with right there. Quick opponent. So what? I'll walk through the mindset here a little bit. So I attacked the outside leg here, and I was planning on switching and coming up. If you watch me, I'll flip around and I'll come in for that leg again here. You see where I turn here? And what I'm thinking is I'm going to attack that leg again for the Uchima. What I don't realize is he already stuck his leg out here, and he's already going. I didn't realize that this had happened. Where I'm at right now, I see this leg, and I feel his weight going, you know, this way in this direction. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get low and scoop in for a really nice Uchimata here. I didn't realize he already had this leg out and was already bailing down. And I'm like, oh, where'd my leg go? Well, crap. And then pff, on the mat. And it's funny because here's Sensei again videoing me. And he came up to me afterwards. He's like, you're lucky this is on a mat. If this was concrete, that throw would have killed you because my head went wha-boom onto the ground. Let's see if we can catch that. Let's see. You can't really see all that well. You can see kind of the rebound, but yeah. So, and he goes for the hole, but it doesn't matter. That was an opponent. That was a clean opponent. It was just a great counter, really good counter throw. And yeah, so that was it. That was the full judo tournament from Parsippany. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. Small tournament, not too big. If I was going to say anything, it was not super well. I don't want to say it wasn't well organized because it was. They had a hard time because they had relatively small adult divisions and really wide age and skill gap spreads. So they had a hard time making divisions happen. There were a lot more kids. It was a really big kid tournament, but as far as adults go, you can see how empty this auditorium is now. This place was literally wall to wall when we got there with the number of kids and their parents that were there. So, I mean, you know, I'm saying this all now. I didn't realize I took off the screen share for the thing. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see how empty this place is. That place was wall to wall packed with kids when they were there. So it was a good tournament. Would definitely consider going back next year. I'm not sure. There is a tournament coming up in early June, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to that. Mostly for financial reasons. I mean, these things cost like $60 to $80 a pop, which is not that much money, but in my world, that's a lot of money right now. So I'm not sure when the next tournament I'm going to be at is. It might not be until like fall-ish. We'll see. I don't know. But that was it. This is a really fun tournament for me. It was really nice to go out there and feel like I was a lot more competent than the last tournament. And it was a good time. So that's it for today's video as well. We're coming in at just about 20 minutes. And like I said, I'm not sure we're going to get daily videos out this week, but I'm going to get a couple videos out, I'm hoping, and it should go back slowly to normal upload schedule starting like next weekish once the initial flood of landscaping and outdoor work has been kind of like, you know, evened out. And I've been thinking a lot. I'm going to do a different video on this, but I'm thinking a lot about direction of this channel and direction of Be a Game Character and direction of other things as well, which I think everybody's going to be interested in because since I had last week off and didn't really do anything last week, I had a lot of time to think while I was out mowing lawns and clearing brush and whatever. So we'll have another video on that in the future sometime very soon. So thank you for watching. As always, remember to live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Bye-bye.